This is former TNA World Champion Raven, and you're listening to TNA Cross the Line podcast. Quote the Raven, nevermore. And don't cross the line. Or do cross the line. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to, you're not supposed to. I don't know. Whatever. You get it.
TNA Wrestling. Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 134 of the TNA Cross the Line podcast. I am Bob Colling Jr., and with me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. In Dallas, we are a week away from Victory Road. We have Impact this week, and then one more next week, but that's still 1 week because Victory Road is on next Sunday for the World of 2004. Now, it's been a couple of weeks since we've recorded for various reasons. I had to move. Dallas had to go do a concert or something. So I've kind of forgotten a few things that are going on. But one thing I can't forget is that there are outsiders coming in. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Nash associated with Hardy, I believe, right? And then Hall is with Jarrett.
Well, I think I'm trying to remember as well, Bob. And I was going to pull it up. We're obviously going to run down the card that happened on last week's show. But do we have the? I think we kind of have the official who they're with, right? Or no?
Jarrett in one of his promos was like, Scott Hall knows what's good for him, but Kevin Nash doesn't because he's with Hardy or something.
No, you might be right about that. I do remember.
And I think we were like, wait a minute, wouldn't Scott Hall be with Hardy instead of Jarrett?
So here's what happened. Scott Hall had a promo that aired on last week's show, and he said that he and Big Kev are good friends, but at Victory Road, Kev was going to have problems. And he said, hey, yo, Big Kev, keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. And he says, good luck, Jeff. And of course,
super vague.
They're both Jeff. And there was an interview, I think, a couple weeks ago with Jarrett, too. So, I mean, we're definitely playing, we're playing both sides of the field here. We have the idea of who's going to be with who, but it's still, they're trying to play it very ambiguously. It's super interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up pretty quick here. This is probably going to turn out to be more of a disaster for me to figure this out, but I know I'm almost certain that Jarrett was saying Hall is with him and Nash is with Hardy because
you might be right though, because I think I also might have something in my notes that relates to that. I can't remember off the top of my head until I get into it, but here we go. Hold on.
I think it was like 2 weeks ago.
Well, Jarrett does get on the microphone after his match, which he defeated Ryan O'Reilly. We'll just get that right out of the way. And he said he puts the microphone down, he sets up a ladder and yells for Hardy.
Okay, so here we go. I don't mean to cut you off, but I found it.
No. Okay.
On October 15th, Impact, Jarrett was interviewed, and he said that Hall was coming on his side and Nash was coming in on the wrong side.
There we go.
So I did have that right.
Nope, you're right. I do remember that.
So that's I mean that's an odd pairing, Hall and Jarrett. Like I think,
especially because they were like fighting each other half the time in early years, which I think we discussed that when he did that interview.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely really interesting. So we'll see. We'll see.
It makes you wonder why Hall would be so vague with "Good luck, Jeff."
Yeah, I don't know. That's part of the mysterious nature as we head to the first 3-hour pay-per-view.
It's just good booking, bro.
Right. Well, a couple things. As Bob already kind of noted, we have taken a brief hiatus in real life, but episodes are still pumping out, baby. And as of 2 days ago, we just got back from Bound for Glory 2022, which was pretty awesome. I had a great time there. I'm going to post it. Oh, they'll already be posted. Some pictures I took from the show over on our Twitter page at Cross the Line TNA. And of course, if you saw Bob at the show, if you saw the picture we posted, he's got that brand new shirt that I've been teasing for fucking weeks that came out after I've been teasing it on previous episodes. You can find that over at ProWrestlingTees.com/CrossTheLineTNA. It's an old school looking shirt. It could potentially look maybe like it belongs in a sports entertainment extreme group. I don't know. You know, it's really fun. And also, I think the biggest thing that's happened in our recording hiatus that we were teasing for weeks, Bob, and weeks and weeks, but it's been out for over a month at this point by the time this episode airs. We sat down with the Wildcat Chris Harris. And if you did not check out the interview with Wildcat Chris Harris, I think it's like can't miss. I mean, we talked in depth of his really I think the highlight of the interview was talking his singles run with Jeff Jarrett in early 2004. Mm-hmm. And we pretty much covered from 02 to the end of 04. So if you're trying to follow along, might be some spoilers to the end of the year here, but regardless, it's 18 years old. So we openly discussed those kind of things, and I think it was really awesome.
I agree, and Chris was kind enough to be open to coming back on to cover the remaining years of his career.
Yeah, so I definitely
in TNA. So.
Yeah, I'm hoping we do that, and also he has sent us an intro to the show, so we appreciate that very much, and we'll have another TNA alum doing an intro for our podcast, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, so what does that mean? We have Goldilocks, Daniels, Raven, and Chris Harris.
It's a pretty freaking good group.
That's a pretty good group for 4.
It's pretty freaking good.
Yeah. That does not encompass the early years of TNA. I don't know what does.
Yeah, and not even that. It even goes for it's just like that's like we're covering some really great stuff. Even just those 4 people. So hey, and you know there might be more coming. You never know. Mm-hmm. And we definitely do have some more surprises up our sleeves that we're working on. They aren't actually finalized even close to it when I'm teasing you. The Chris Harris interview, when we were teasing it, it was pretty much a done deal, but we wanted to be sure before we officially said anything. So sorry, you guys are listening to teases after the interview came out. That's just why. So, okay, Bob, let's run down the card from last week and then get into some news and notes and then get into our almost go home episode of Impact before we get to Victory Road. As I mentioned already on our last episode on October 22nd, Jeff Jarrett defeated Ryan O'Reilly in 1 minute 33 seconds. Chris Sabin and Sonja Dutt defeated Kazarian and Michael Shane in 10 minutes. Monty Brown defeated Eric Stevens in 1 minute 43 seconds. The New York Connection, they're back, baby. Glenn Gilberti and Johnny Swinger with Trinity ringside defeated El Fuego and Scott Papper. And then in the main event, AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, and Ron Killings defeated Team Canada, which was in this case Bobby Roode, Eric Young, and Ruffy Silverstein. Scott D'Amore ringside in 6 minutes 55 seconds. That New York Connection match, by the way, was 1 minute 49. I didn't say that.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that Gilberti and Swinger came back.
They're back, baby.
With Trinity.
With Trinity, that's right. I don't know. I'm kind of excited they're back, though, because I don't dislike the team. And then we've been seeing teases of the Empire Saint, which, of course, we know is Simon Diamond. As I mistakenly said months ago, I thought he was talking about Monty Brown on Twitter. That was a mistake. I gotta stop bringing up my mistakes like that, but...
Yeah, kind of embarrassing yourself.
I know. I really need to stop. Okay. Let's dive in to some news and notes. We got some announcements, Bob. We've been teasing that they're going to be doing some kind of special show with the Best Damn Sports Show, period. Well, it seems like it's going to be happening. They're going to be taping 2 90-minute specials in Orlando on October 27th. So if you're following timeline, our show is on the 29th that we're watching today, but it was taped on the 26th. So the day after this taping, they're taping 2 of these specials. It's going to be featuring all the TNA wrestlers plus Best Damn Sports Show period personalities like Tom Arnold, John Sally, Brian Cox, Chris Rose, Leanne Tweeden. I don't know none of them. Bob might, but I don't know any of them.
I do. I think I know all of them, I think.
There we go. They were plugging that Best Damn Sports Show period host would get in the ring, and apparently they were telling the truth. So we'll see what happens with that. That's a little tease for you. Let's see. And there's also, I think this was in the press release. Yes. So Dixie Carter says our relationship with FSN has been a great one. We are happy to welcome the Best Damn Sports Show period to the Impact Zone and look forward to showcasing both programs' talented stars in these specials. Yeah, pretty exciting stuff. I mean, I do kind of have a preview of kind of what they're going to be doing. I'm not sure if we want to hold on to that until maybe we do the show or if we want to spill the beans, but
I feel like we should probably hold off on that.
I think we should hold off as well. So I'm glad that you are
just for continuity.
Yeah, I'm thinking as well because they kind of teased stuff maybe on because there's two of them, and I will say this at least they are airing after Victory Road. I think we can say that much, and I think that's very important to note. So maybe on the second one we can kind of really dive deep on some of the stuff, but I think it should be interesting. I think it's a weird choice to air after, but maybe there's a reasoning about that.
I just think it's kind of funny that the special for TNA is on a show in which TNA gets consistently better ratings than.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty funny.
Like the conjunction. I think it might be trying to help out with the Best Damn Sports Show more so than TNA. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Maybe that's why they're doing it.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if they're getting better ratings and then you're doing a special of the two programs, obviously the one that doesn't get the ratings, I feel like you're going to try to help that out more so.
Right. And speaking of ratings, you'll be glad to know that on the October 15th show, which was the mini tournament, not the mini tournament, the finals of the mini tournament with Jeff Hardy and Monty Brown, it did a 0.25 rating, which was above its 0.22 average since its start and way up from the previous weeks because we were getting like 0.13s and stuff like that. Right. So it's pretty good news.
I mean, considering, the time slot, that's not probably horrible. So.
Right. I think I have a couple other brief notes about last week's show, and then I think only really a couple other things I want to say before the show, and then we got a bunch we're going to talk about during the show. Okay, so Dave Notes says that it was too bad that the interest in the product is so cold. On the October 22nd show featured a very good 10-minute match with Sabin and Dutt versus Shane and Kazarian. And that match actually, I did forget this, it was a decision. It went over that 10-minute time limit, and they had to do a decision. So he notes that the idea of working more old school and building to big spots hasn't been lost on anyone. The people live were into it, and also Team Canada versus Killington Styles and Hardy. And in fact, the live crowd was on their feet big time for that match. The post-match saw Hardy jump off a ladder with a swanton on D'Amore, but then Jarrett hit Hardy with a guitar shot as the closing scene, which Dave notes, it's old. Real old, because Jarrett's always hitting those guitar shots, and also we were chatting about how on Nash, well, apparently they've both officially signed contracts and are confirmed for November 7th. Now this is a pretty big deal because, as we know, they like to say shit and it doesn't happen. Now Scott Hall sending the video last week to me was like, we're good, they're doing it. Which is noted here. Hall was on the 10/22 show. I mean, of course, it was a video, but Dave notes, though, that he looked old but wasn't in bad shape as far as basically saying he wasn't on drugs or drinking when he showed up. He wore a loose Hawaiian shirt, so people were questioning what kind of shape he was in, although he's not wrestling on the first show anyways. Kevin Nash also signed over the past few days. Both have signed for multiple appearances, believed to be about 8 to 10. And a little preview. Nash taped an interview, and we might be seeing that today. It's scheduled. Who knows? Maybe they'll wait, but it's scheduled to air today. And basically, there's some speculation of what their plan is. And since we do talk rumors, I think we got to chat about this a bit. The speculation is that Hall and Nash will actually end up just helping Jarrett beat Hardy, and that the three will form a top heel group in the company from there.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised by that.
Right.
Because, I mean, why not just continually recycle things that happened 4 or 5 years ago?
Right. Well, I'm
then
hoping...
all we need is Scott Steiner to come in. And obviously, I don't think Brett would ever come in. But then you got NWO 2004.
Oh, wow. I think there's really good opportunity here.
I mean, I don't think Scott Steiner's in WWE at this point anymore.
What are we waiting for?
What are we doing? Like, come on.
What's going on?
The opportunity's right there.
Right. Okay, I got a couple Victory Road notes, and then we can get right into this show. I'll just say this first one first because it's out of order, but I think we already sort of know this, but America's Most Wanted versus Triple X on the pay-per-view at Last Word was scheduled to be a last man standing match, which I think they very much alluded to in a pay-per-view.
Yeah, your last team standing.
Yeah, I mean, they said it kind of in like a backstage interview, so it's not official, but
it's pretty much there.
It's pretty much official. As of October 19th, there were 250 tickets sold to Victory Road at $49 each. They were happy with that figure, which just shows how low expectations are. There are only about 700 seats available for the pay-per-view, although on a Sunday, they'll probably be able to get people from the park to fill any empty seats.
Wait a minute. I thought they weren't charging. I thought you could get in with just the park fee. Or is that like the special, like, oh, hey, you get autographs and stuff?
I think it's you pay and then you get the extra stuff.
Okay.
It's like a guarantee ticket. So I think they're trying to do paid admission for the pay-per-view, and then they know they're going to have to like fill some room.
Right.
Yeah. As of right now, nobody seemed to know where the December 5th pay-per-view would come from, and the lack of organization here is going to be a major part of the story when the he says when the obituary is written. Still working on that, huh, Dave?
Yeah, no kidding.
A lot of people are concerned because a failure on November 7th on pay-per-view, and at this point, there's no buzz. So they're worried that if this is a failure, we're in a lot of trouble. They're going to do a lot of advertising in the final week, but Dave says his feeling on advertising for a pay-per-view show is that if the TV doesn't sell you, all the ads in the world mean very little. Casual fans aren't about to buy a non-WWE show. The idea of having weeks to hype up a show directly and putting all the stars and important matches on one event sounded good, but they just don't have enough there. The only thing they've got is curiosity about seeing Hall and Nash live in the angle, since both will have appeared on TV first. Jeff Hardy means nothing, and Jeff Jarrett can't sell tickets, yet there is nobody else in the position who would mean anything anyways. So he's being pretty critical about the way they're working, and basically saying the only interest here is Hall and Nash. I don't know if I fully agree with that, but
I'm going to give you the perspective from me in 2004.
Okay.
I did not care about Hall and Nash.
Well, there you go.
My thing was, I'm always about like the moment. You know, I want to see the moments. Like when CM Punk, for instance, came back in AEW. I realistically haven't cared about CM Punk
right
a long time. Even when he was wrestling, I always thought when he was like, I'm best in the world, I always thought he was just kind of overrated to an extent because, you know, he tended to be pretty sloppy, whatever. But like I remember watching him cash in against Edge. Like that's a moment. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I got to see that. See him come back in AEW. That's a moment. You get goosebumps because no one thought he'd come back. For me, Victory Road, the draw was potentially seeing Jeff Hardy become a world champion in a ladder match that is his specialty, whatever. And I've mentioned
Right.
before I had watched the ladder match with Undertaker live. Because that was during the summer of 2002 in July. So I was actually able to watch that, and I was like, holy shit, this guy almost won, whatever. It was a pretty big moment. I didn't buy Victory Road for Hall and Nash.
Right.
That did not move the needle for me.
I mean, I think that's
maybe Dave's trying to say more of a casual thing, like people buying for the first
right,
time.
right. And I
maybe
think
that's
that
what
might
he's
be.
going for.
I think that might be the way he's looking at it too. But
Because I was consistently watching Impact and whatever, at this time. So Petey and AJ, that was a big one that I wanted to watch.
right.
So yeah, I think just overall the card, and it also means the first 3-hour pay-per-view for the company. And I wanted to support TNA, but it had nothing to do with Hall and Nash.
There you guys go. Gospel from Bob. He wants to see Hardy win. So Lance, we're hoping that we can get this moment done for you at Victory Road, 2004.
Yeah.
Like speaking of Lance, did you see? He gave us some very insightful knowledge on Twitter
About his music, right?
Dude, this blew my mind.
You think now? What I'm about to say is not an insult. You think that I know useless dates and matches or whatever? The fact that Lance knows the difference of music for Jeff Hardy in TNA, and this is a compliment. All this is a compliment. Is remarkable because I couldn't tell you nothing.
Well, and so we're referencing the October 8th, 2004 edition of Impact, where Hardy defeated Abyss in the first round of the mini tournament, and Lance said that, hey, it's the debut of Modest after the match, and I was like, well, wait, he used that at Date with Fate. Well, we found out that at the Date with Fate, I'm reading Lance's tweet here. They used the original version of Modest. He had back on the second anniversary show with just a different intro, and then the one that was used after this match with Abyss will be the one that we know. And the instrumental version that he's been using was referred to as Alien Waltz in an interview back then. So he said that he discovered the OG Modest on his first TNA DVD. So when Modest 2.0 came around, I was confused by the lyrics. I had only heard the Alien Waltz at that point. And so he said he was really confused at Date with Fate when they played the original version. Yeah, I mean, it's super. I did not even know there's different versions of it, to be honest with you.
It's amazing what people learn or know. Because if that was me, and I was like, oh man, I can't wait to share this knowledge. And here's this random TNA podcast with 2 guys from New York.
And you get to share that info.
He's like, I got this. I knew this could be.
This was his calling,
useful.
man.
Yeah.
He's been waiting for this so he can share that information about the Jeff Hardy theme song.
Yeah, dude.
How many other people care about that? I don't know, but I care because I thought that was wicked cool.
That's yeah. I mean, that's a unique information to know that. How many people know that? I don't know that.
I didn't. Now I do.
Yeah, that's great.
I can't wait for the next person that I can share that information with.
Oh, now you're gonna steal Lance's tidbit.
I'm gonna say it was per Lance. Like Lance told me this information, and then I'm gonna say, but really, Bob told me to steal it for myself.
No, the next bonfire that you have, you're gonna tell this to all your friends. And guys, guess what I learned?
Guys, did you know that Jeff Hardy has about essentially 3 versions of his theme song in TNA?
Yeah, and I'm gonna be there and be like, that's Lance.
Yeah, actually, Lance told us that. Okay. Well, I got 2 more notes, Bob. And then Explosion, and then we'll get into this show here, okay? They're kind of going off of these names and this pay-per-view coming up. Well, Dave notes that the fact that they couldn't get Sting for the show that they needed him on says a lot. There is concern about the $29.95 price, the low TV ratings building up to the show, and the fact that as a fan, watching the build-up, it has yet to motivate me to buy in the least. And I'm not caring when I go out of my way to try and watch everything. And while that isn't good, this is what Dave says. I think if you are a fan, I think they have done a pretty decent job building up matches for the show. I am very excited about the matches, but maybe that's just my bias speaking.
No, I think that there's been some good build.
So he's just mad that Sting's not on the show.
Well, I kind of agree with that. I mean, I get
it is a weird thing though, isn't it? Though, like,
yeah,
Sting was at these small shows and he's not going to be on the first 3-hour pay-per-view.
Right. You would think he'd be.
That is a little weird.
Yeah, you think he'd be able to rustle on your first big 3-hour pay-per-view, but he was able to make a couple of the Asylum ones.
Yeah,
and by weird. A couple, I mean several. So
several.
But you know what? I feel like they probably would have randomly thrown him out into some match that had no real meaning.
Right.
Like the last second thing.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, speaking of people who have heard rumors of them coming in, there's nothing officially new on the DDP front. We heard that there's rumors. Well, DDP is denying that he's made a deal, but he did admit to talks. Dave notes that as he's been told from the start, if he comes, he won't be advertised because they feel they need a big surprise name for the first show. And plus, they have to get a big name for Piper's Pit. So there's rumors that DDP could be the guy who's on Piper's Pit at Victory Road.
Okay. It's a little random, but okay.
Random, but like, what else are they going to do, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Here's the thing, okay? I'm getting a little nervous about all these former WCW guys coming in. Hall, Nash, DDP, Piper, if he's going to be a regular guy. Sting.
Right. No, I hear you.
This is screaming WCW 99. And let me tell you, I like WCW 99.
Yeah, we're in for a treat then.
But I don't know if I like WCW 99 in 2004.
Right. 2005. I hear you.
Especially main event guys.
Mm-hmm.
From 99. Not even lower guys like Canyon and Saturn. Like if those guys were coming in, all right, you got me. But we're not having those guys come in.
Yeah. Pretty interesting stuff. But that is all the notes I have for before the show, Bob. Some fun stuff there. More about Victory Road. But as we know, we are heading very, very close to that. Before we get started, I want to talk about Explosion. We got a pretty stacked Explosion card. You would think this is an AEW Dark card, and Tony Khan says it's stacked. And it was.
He says those shows are stacked still.
I don't know if he still does, but I think he kind of just doesn't. He ignores
my favorite all-time thing is when indie guys or indie girls go on those Dark shows and they check me out on Dark, and their match is 45 seconds. They lose to a flying knee smash.
What can you do? So this Explosion number 101, according to Canyon Match, and it aired on October 30th, so the day after the Impact we're about to watch. And actually, before we run down that card, Bob, there's one dark match that took place, and actually all of this happened after the show was taped. So they did the dark match and Explosion after the show. Trinity defeated Tracy Brooks in a dark match. And then, you ready for this? This is the Explosion card. AJ Styles defeated Eric Young. Bobby Roode defeated D-Ray 3000. Christopher Daniels in Primetime defeated Frankie Capone and Puma. Chris Harrison, James Storm defeated Roderick Strong and Lex Levette. And then Ron Killings defeated Abyss by disqualification.
That's a good show.
Dude, what? Explosion? Why is that?
That's a good show.
That's a good-ass Explosion, man. I'm just saying it.
God. That's frustrating.
Yeah.
You'll never be able to see it. It's
right.
Great. It's fucking great. All right. Well, thanks for killing my vibe before we get into Impact.
Into the Impact we don't know any matches on, and hopefully is going to be a fun show.
Yeah, we can hope. The runtime for this is approximately 48 minutes and 23 seconds. It's the October 29th, 2004 edition of NWA TNA Impact. I'm going to count down from 3. And when I say play, that is when we are going to watch. If you want to watch along with us, head over to the Impact Plus app or find it in your own personal collection. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
This is TNA. The new face in professional wrestling. Oh, I thought we were starting with a brawl, but I think this is just
This is a video package.
It's a video package, right? Yeah, okay. We have fun music playing. Are they going to have a new theme, or are they going to kill our vibe when they play that?
Isn't that Daniel's music?
I'll be honest, dude. I feel like we never hear his music, so I don't even know what it is anymore.
I think that was his music before.
Ooh, Raven. Ooh, dude.
Raven, the newest member of the Impact Hall of Fame.
Dude, let me just say, seeing one of my favorite wrestlers inducted into the TNA Hall or Impact Hall of Fame was pretty fucking cool.
That was pretty cool.
Like, what is the chance we're going to Bound for Glory, a bucket list show for me, never been.
And for me, I mean, Bound for Glory is a big show.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, yo, Raven's going in the Hall of Fame. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
How perfect.
And Dreamer introduces him, and I look at you, and I go, he's going to DDT him.
And
you're like, what? And then he did.
It's like shit. And of course, on that hard ass stage, dude could barely get up because he can barely walk. I know. Poor guy.
Guy's got a bad hip, so let's just land on it on a fucking concrete floor.
So yes, they're showing Jarrett accepting the ladder match after he smashed a guitar over Hardy's face last week. No, choke on that. It's Jeff Jarrett.
He didn't say slap nuts, though.
No, he doesn't say slap nuts anymore.
Why? That's stupid. That's his best catchphrase ever.
Oh, I just like, what is a slap nut?
He explained that.
I know he did, and I don't remember what it was.
It was something. It was like his grandma would call people slap nuts.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yeah. Yes, it is that. Which actually makes it a lot more fun that it's like a grandma saying.
It's a grandma thing, yeah.
We still got our shitty Impact theme song, I'm just saying. Bob, here we are, taking a look at the Impact Zone in Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida. How many people do you think are attending this taping today?
650.
Nope.
400.
425.
Oh.
So not too bad. Well, not too far off for you. Not great for them.
No.
Pyro everywhere.
They still struggle to get... What is it? Oh, no. Is someone running for office? Oh, that's right, Dusty.
Oh, wait. I forgot, dude. The voting, yeah.
Damn.
Dusty, 2004. D-Ray's holding the sign for him. Man, if I was running for office, I'd definitely want D-Ray 3000 helping me out.
Well, we know what he's probably rooting for. 420.
That's right.
Legalize that shit. And really, he would have been like 18 years ahead of the curve.
I know.
Oh, wait. There's people at ringside. AMW was there. Shark Boy.
I thought I saw someone before, but that's...
Is it literally like 6 people?
Yeah. That's all he's got. Well, I always like things in wrestling where they're like, we're going to have all the faces support him, but of course you're not going to put your top baby face sitting ringside clapping. So it's like, you have like all like your tag teams and like your mid-level guys.
Enhancement guys are out there like Eric Stevens. Like, yeah, all right, yeah, go Dusty.
Yeah. Okay, he's rolling up his sleeves as the election gets nearer. November the 7th. Victory Road. We're making history. With or without Vince Russo, he says. When the dew comes up off the ground. Make sure you log in to make sure that we, the people, you guys, have a voice in this company. Who else do we got ringside there? I think I saw Dutt. There's Sabin. There's Darrell Clark.
Darrell Clark.
Crowd's chanting for Dusty. AMW looking like they do not want to be there. The sunglasses indoor look is like the hide my face. I don't want to be out here.
You've done that.
Oh, of course, we all have. Oh shit! Look at they're bringing out 3 Live Crew, and Harris and James Storm look at each other like, what the fuck? Okay, here we go. Wait. Okay. they just announced that 3 Live Crew is facing the Naturals tonight. The winner faces... I just lost it.
Team Canada.
Team Canada.
For the tag
Holy
titles
crap.
Victory Road.
Dude, I just totally blanked.
They're what's their name again?
Damn it.
There's no way the Naturals are winning that match, right? Heel versus heel on pay-per-view?
He's bringing out AJ Styles.
Oh, so he is bringing out everybody.
Okay. I take back what I said,
Hart
dude.
Well, they weren't there originally. They got to get their own entrance and be a big deal. Does Jeff Hardy come out, though?
I don't know. Hey, that Impact shirt's really awesome. If you happen to have one of those classic Impact shirts, send us a DM.
You know, speaking of shirts here, I was quite disappointed with Impact Wrestling's shirt selections.
Well, here's the thing. I wish I got a picture of it, because at Rebellion, I'd argue it was the best merchandise stand I've ever seen.
I agree.
Ever.
It's a really good stand.
I mean, every wrestler, you had event shirts, you had DVDs, you had signed mats, you had fucking turnbuckles, and like just all, dude, everything you could think of. Bound for Glory? Meh. And
Dusty's losing. Oh, here comes Jeff Hardy.
And
Dusty's like
Jeff
losing
Hardy.
his voice. He's so excited to get.
Yeah, he was.
I feel like they announced Albany for Bound for Glory pretty late though, like in September.
It did feel like it was a late announcement, but I mean, come on. And I don't even get me going. You know what? I'm saying it. I'm airing the dirty laundry. They let us in.
Oh my
at
god!
Nearly 7:20. They had pre-show meet and greets that I pre-bought that I was supposed to get that started at 6:30. Why did we get in almost an hour later? And then I had to go bug fucking what's his name, Ross Foreman.
Ross Foreman, yeah. And
be like, I need a refund, and he just gave me $60 back. So thank you. You don't want to use a post show? No, I don't, because now I'm mad.
Yeah. Yeah, that was not properly planned out very well.
Yeah. Here comes Vince Russo. Fuck you!
Fuck you!
It's not his theme anymore, but I wish it was. And he is accompanied by all of our favorites, Don Harris. And was there someone else with him?
No, I think it was just Don.
Okay, Don Harris. I'm actually really shocked that Hardy is out here.
I am as well. Did he just say this might be the last time he talks in a wrestling audience?
Oh, wait. James Storm getting in the ring. Yeah, he said this might be the last time. For the past 5 years, they've been trying to run me out of this business. Why? Because he stuck up for the young talent. And now look who's standing behind Russo. AJ Styles, America's Most Wanted.
It is pretty interesting.
And it makes a lot of sense because when they brought out 3 Live Crew, America's Most Wanted looked right at each other. Mm-hmm. So they've kind of want to support Russo. Even Styles is like, come on, man, it's okay. If I get fired again, then so be it, because I know I did the right thing.
He's been going on for 20 years now, saying that he's done with wrestling.
Oh, Dusty grabbed his shirt. They do a pull apart here for Dusty Rhodes and Vince Russo. This is quite the campaign, Bob. We're getting physical altercation.
They should just do a match.
I mean, to be honest with you, we probably just should. But see, if they announced that, I feel like we would have been like, ugh, a match. But like, they probably should just do it.
Yeah, no, if they announce a match between these two, that would be dread. But realistically, it should just be one. Have it be 40 seconds.
Starline limousine. Who's in this limo? Ah, shit, it's Jeff Jarrett. Look at his orange crew neck sweatshirt in fucking Orlando.
He's got a ladder in the trunk.
Oh my god.
What is he doing? The guy can't even get it out.
Dude.
The driver.
That was hilarious.
Ooh.
20. They're going down the card now. 20-man X-Division Gauntlet Battle Royal. Promising a huge mystery guest, Roddy Piper. The
Yo,
Piper
bang.
Spit.
It's me, it's DP, bang.
Oh, wait. Raven, Abyss, and Monty Brown. Oh! Monsters Ball! The first
Monsters
ever.
Ball.
That's the first official announcement.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god. Hall and Nash with their own separate addendas. Petey Williams, AJ Styles. Dude, okay, so we can talk about Monsters Ball open. Oh man, I'm ready. Actually, well, we'll talk about it here in a minute, but America's Most
I always
Wanted.
like these graphics.
Last team
when
standing.
Oh, yeah. They got to get better font, though. They can't have it, like, red like that. It's tough
No.
to see. I like when they look over, like, in the match graphic. They're looking at nothing. But the guy is going to be there in the other graphic. That always cracks me up.
Dude, this is such a good card. It is so good.
Yeah, I mean, you can see why I would want to watch this show. Like, I didn't know what the fucking Monsters Ball was. But I was like, okay, Abyss is a fucking lunatic. Monty Brown's amazing. And then Raven's a fucking hardcore guy. It has to be good. Speaking of Raven.
Here's Raven. Monty Brown, king of the Serengeti. Black and blue and bloody. Legs quiver like spaghetti.
What?
Monty Brown tries Pounce. Abyss can try his Black Hole Slam. Talking about leading him to the slaughter like a pathetic lamb. Victory Road, Monsters Ball. He's doing lots of rhyming.
I thought he was going to say something like even flow.
He's still talking about the world title.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Terror.
He's not giving up, dude.
Go with the Raven, nevermore. But we're going to be, it's going to be a lot of talk about the world title for a while. Wow, look at these guys.
Oh, Eric Stevens. I mentioned him earlier. And then who's the other guy?
Mark Stevens.
Stevens.
But with a PH, not a V.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Steffens.
I love that. I love that it's the same name, but it's spelled different. Wait, here comes Monty Brown. He's carrying something.
What's he have in a bag? Is it a snake?
Even Down West says he's coming out with some kind of bag. Smelling it. He's catching the scent. He smells the fear.
Is that still the heel side?
I think so, yeah.
He's not a fucking heel.
Monsters Ball, no disqualification. Okay, so I just know that much at least. But now they announced it, so we can talk about it. That's what I'm saying. This match, I bet you, is going to be 90 seconds long.
If that.
Double clothesline. I'm really excited about Monsters Ball. Specifically, I'm really excited for this first ever Monsters Ball. Oh, Pounce to Mark Stevens. Stevens.
Steffens. It's like a lawyer firm. Stevens and Stevens.
Then it's spelled different. I love it.
Yeah.
And, oh, good night, Eric Stevens. Wow, dude. Is this about to be less than a minute long? He's taking his time, though, so he's not quite done yet. I mean, yeah, it's still... He's piling them up, baby. Double cover.
Boom.
Dude, less than a minute.
51 seconds.
Wow.
That's great. Oh, that's what it should be, though.
Right.
Fuck.
What's in the bag? Show us the bag. Oh, he's got the microphone.
I'm going to guess it's a straight jacket. 2 of them. He's going to put them both in it.
Oh. You want to play games? Hop in the Raven Mobile with Abyss. Want to play games? He's got a ball for you. It's called the Monsters Ball. Sunday, November 7th. Victory Road. He's going to give us the Monsters Ball. Want to play games? Let's play games.
Play games.
He goes, it's close to Halloween. Let's play games. Let's play dress up. What's this mean?
Yeah, there's one. Straight jacket and then a mask.
Mask for Abyss. Okay.
Did they ever sell Abyss masks?
So I don't know if they sold them at like the merch table, but I do know, and one of the figures that came out, they did have like a cheap like kid mask with it.
Really?
I don't know if they ever sold. Well, you know what? Not at this time. I think later they might have. I feel like I remember seeing them. He just wrapped this one around his neck. He's not
even putting it on him.
Wow. Just checks him. This is not the Carnival of Carnage. This is the Serengeti. Raven. Abyss.
Brian Cox. He's a former
number 51, player. Brian Cox. He's on the Best Day of Sports Show, period.
That's right.
Oh, you hear that? Keep your name or Alpha Male's name out of your mouth on the Best Day of Sports Show. This is you fat water buffalo, he just calls him. He's basically saying there's no fake grass, no turf in the ring. So water buffalo, Raven, Abyss, Victory Road. You all will get the.
Someone's laughing.
Stop flapping your gums. Stare at the screen. Wait.
That's Father James Mitchell.
Oh my God. He's saying he's not the best big man in pro wrestling. He's the best man, period. These Abyss videos playing on the screen. For the first time in his career, he's found a voice. If you dare show up for the Monsters Ball at Victory Road, you're going to find yourself and Raven. Victory Roadkill. Dude.
That's absolutely.
Yeah, it's 1,000% James Mitchell. Holy shit. Holy shit. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
That's good. That's a good partnership.
Wow. Okay, we're doing a Victory Road promo again. So, Bob, I want to give you a couple notes here, including that DirecTV apparently will not be airing Victory Road at this point, which is a minimum of 20% off the number of buys that they would have gotten.
Is there any reason why they're not doing it?
They haven't aired any of their shows. Remember, they stopped airing TNA shows for a while?
Oh, DirecTV did?
Yeah. Oh, TNA return Hector Garza. This is breaking news. I don't know. They're kind of counting down some of the X-Division Gauntlet guys, which also I have noted that Nasawa will be taking place in this. I don't know if they said his name on this package or not, but.
No, they mentioned like Amazing Red, La Parca, Psychosis, guys like that.
And here comes Chris Sabin.
I actually have indie notes, I think, for this. For Chris, yeah. I think most of my indie notes are in this one. All right, so Chris Sabin. He Back on October 20th, lost to Christopher Daniels for IWA Mid-South at Battleground in Bloomington. The next day on the 21st, he competed in a four-way dance for the vacant IWA Mid-South heavyweight title, losing to AJ Styles, who won the belt. Daniels and Petey Williams are also involved in that match. On the 22nd of October, Chris Sabin defeated Nate Webb, IWA Mid-South Revolution Strong Style Tournament 2004. The 23rd, he lost to Matt Seidel at the 8th anniversary show for IWA Mid-South. And then on the 24th, he teamed up with D-Ray 3000 in a losing effort against Conrad Kennedy III and Ruffy Silverstein for BCW's Fan Appreciation Night.
Well, I like to point out that we are doing a 6-man X-Division Gauntlet right now, and the two people starting us off are Chris Sabin and his soon-to-be partner, Alex Shelley.
That's a spoiler. Way to go.
Well, we got 10 seconds left till the next match is out.
Speaking of Alex Shelley, he had a busy few days. Back on October 16th, he defeated Jimmy Jacobs in an I Quit match at Ring of Honor's Joe vs. Punk 2. On the 20th of October, as Kazarian is now coming out, Alex Shelley lost to Petey Williams in an X-Division Championship match at IWA Mid-South's Battleground in Bloomington. And then on the 21st of October, he lost to CM Punk at IWA Mid-South's Autumn Armageddon. And that's all there is for Alex Shelley.
Shelley and Kazarian are beating down on Sabin.
Kazarian just has one note. On the 23rd of October, Kazarian retained the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Championship by defeating Ricky Reyes at PWG's Use Your Illusion 4.
It's also, here comes Sonja Dutt. This match, by the way, the winner gets the 20th spot in the X-Division Battle Royal at Victory Road.
So a huge...
a big advantage. Yeah, definitely.
Sonja with a Hurricane Rana, now a neckbreaker combo on Alex Shelley. And speaking of Sonja Dutt, on the 23rd of October, he defeated Derek Frazier at GBW's Saturday Night Extreme in Hanover, Pennsylvania. Never heard of that company.
Oh, wow. Kazarian is eliminated.
That's stupid.
That's really stupid. We just saw Kazarian win the X-Division title again at Bound for Glory. It's pretty awesome.
Sure did.
Very good match.
Very good match.
I'd argue potentially best match of the night.
Michael Shane has some rare indie notes here.
Really?
Yeah, but it's against the same person, and it's the same result, but for two different companies. So on October 23rd, Michael Shane lost to Ron Killings for NWA PWX in McKeesport, Pennsylvania. And then the next day, the 24th of October, Michael Shane lost to Ron Killings for NEPW Divided We Fall in Painesville, Ohio.
Wait, Trinity just grabbed a microphone. She's challenging any girl around the world. Oh, Trinity's entering the ring, apparently. Oh, but she got slid out by Don Harris. But she basically just challenged any woman in the world that she wants to beat someone up, and basically said, "I can beat up all these guys too." Oh wait, Tracy and Trinity being separated.
Well, it's probably gonna be the match or something. Shark Boy has a few indie notes here, but it's really with people I have absolutely no idea who they are. But I'll just make one note here.
Okay.
On October 23rd, Shark Boy teamed up with Coco Beware and Tim Morelli to defeat Brad Lamon, La Emperor, and Sean Cook for Rice Pro Wrestling.
What
Indiana.
the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Now, did he win against the other people?
I don't know. I just clicked out of his name.
Okay. I just want to know if he's doing good on the indies, you know?
Right. Yeah. Let me see here. It shouldn't be that hard
The
to
SD
find.
on Michael Shane. And Sabin eliminates Michael Shane with a clothesline over the top.
That's stupid.
I'm trying to see if I got any news.
Yes, he did.
Either.
Well, you know what? Actually, Shark Boy won the Price of Glory tournament.
Oh, wow.
Price of Glory Cup, which is a tournament for NWA in Michigan. He defeated a guy named Bam in the first round, and then Johnny Dynamo, and then Jack Thriller in the final.
As he's eliminated in this Battle Royal. We have 5 minutes, 20 seconds left of this match. And if you're following along, by the way, we're at 25 minutes, 31 seconds. I feel like the show's flying by.
Yeah, it's a pretty good pace so far. Who do you think is going to get the 20th? I feel like it should be... I feel like a heel should win it, so maybe Shelley will win.
Oh, that'd be really good for Shelley. Uh-oh.
As soon as I fucking say that.
Cradle shock.
That's it.
Yeah, there you go. Sabin won. As soon as we say, oh, Shelley might win this.
Yeah, it might be good for Shelley. Fuck you.
We're on to the back with Shane Douglas and Team Canada. Well, Scott D'Amore and Petey Williams. Which I have some notes about Team Canada, but let's hear what they have to say first. Jeff Hardy, you broke the cardinal rule and you laid your hand on the coach. Oh shit. Jeff Hardy is gonna fight Petey Williams.
Huh.
Which he's your X-Division champion. I don't really know how I feel about this. Okay, so he's talking about styles at Victory Road, but first, nobody touches my coach. Oh. When Petey Williams done with him, he's not even sure he's going to make it there. And then Jeff Jarrett just brought a ladder in. Wait, he's like, I like your attitude. And now Jeff Jarrett is taking over. You're living on Planet Jarrett. He's wearing his colored sunglasses. I never really noticed he wore them in TNA before, but they match his sweater.
Yeah. Everything is orange.
Yeah, the ladder, his shirt, the glasses. Kevin Nash. When the chips are down, he'll be the first one in the window to cash in. Global warming. Warning. Oh, God, what's going on? Okay, Victory Road promo. Let's go. I like Petey Williams just sitting in the background during that as well.
I hope it's not I hope if Hardy wins, it's not like a clean pin.
Yeah, I'm nervous. I said I had T Canada notes, but since he's fighting later tonight, I'm going to just hold on to those for that. But it is apparently strongly rumored, Bob, that Impact will be moving to Saturday nights at 4 p.m. starting mid-November, which makes sense when you consider the TNA Best Damn Sports Show stuff going on the prior week.
Yeah, but you just said it's Saturday night at 4 p.m.
That's what the note says, Bob. It's in the PM. I'm just reading what it says.
That's like saying their time slot right now at Friday at 3 p.m. is Friday night.
No, dude, it's not late enough. 4 night.
4 nighttime.
I know what I said. I'm just reading it, bro.
I know. Yeah, it's just funny.
Also, we just saw Jarrett again, since we still got Victory Road promo going on. Vampiro talked a lot of Jeff Jarrett while they were in Puerto Rico recently, and Jarrett talked like he was open to bringing him back. Now, of course, TNA has been very negative on him after he made some remarks in an interview on the ICP site that the company hated, which, if you remember those, they're pretty bad.
Yeah, that was not great. He is also probably just telling Vampiro what he wants to hear because he's directly face-to-face to him.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say I don't think Vampiro comes back, but...
No, I don't think so either.
Fantastic Victory Road preview. You hear this? They were doing a Vince Russo voting segment, but the guy who's talking sounds like a really funny accent. Stands as tall as a giant.
Whose voice is that?
I don't know. Isn't it weird? I don't know who it is. Vote Vince Russo, November 7th. I'm Vince Russo, and I approve this message. And here come the naturals, dude. No, look at that. Andy Douglas does not have his leg taped up anymore. That's good news.
He's recovered
from that stabbing. I guess speaking of that stabbing, it's kind of one of my. I'm just gonna tell you now, cause fuck it. It's actually more about Johnny Devine, but they were at the same place. So Johnny Devine is upset about the John Cena stabbing deal on SmackDown, feeling that WWE is making light of what really happened to him. Regardless of what WWE might claim, when Dave says he saw it, I thought the exact same thing. But Johnny Devine is finally back in the gym and starting to work out again. So that's some good news.
He's upset because they have a storyline about it.
Yeah. And Dave also thinks that that they're making light of what actually happened.
How is that making a light of it?
He actually got stabbed.
Yeah, I know, but how are you making light of it? They're just making a storyline out of it.
Conan making light of this promo. I don't know. B Jizzle. I'm getting you a jersey. This is B Jizzle on it because your name. It actually would work because Bob B Jizzle.
But don't do that.
Not one, not two, but the 3 Live Crew. Speaking of the 3 Live Crew, actually specifically Conan. He turned babyface on the October 17th show in Puerto Rico. But apparently the turn was not the company's idea. The Puerto Rico, whatever. I don't have the exact one. I'm assuming it's WWC, right? We're assuming.
For Conan?
Yeah. Is that the big one he wrestles in?
Let me double check for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think it's IWA.
2004 IWA, yeah.
It literally says another line down IWA, and I'm getting confused. Well, the turn wasn't their idea because it was forced on them since Dutch Mantel and Jeff Jarrett told them that anyone from TNA would have to be used consistent with their U.S. characters, which Dave says, I have no idea why. IWA does have some TV in the U.S., but the TV is so far behind and played out of order that it doesn't even make sense to begin with. Conan and Bobby Roode teamed on October 16th, but since they are opposite sides in TNA, they had to split them up.
Yeah, I was just going to say that it was Roode and Conan against Ricky Banderas and Vampiro. And this must be the same show that Vampiro talked to Jarrett because Jeff Jarrett competed against Glamour Boy Shane for the NWA World Title.
There you go.
And Dutch Mantel was in Jarrett's corner for that.
$500 right there, baby.
Yeah. Wow, he's in IWA for a few years. Conan.
Now remember, winner of this match gets a shot at the tag team titles at Victory Road. I don't know how you leave either one of these teams off of Victory Road.
I agree with you. I don't know. 3 Live Crew, if they're like seen as the top team in your company, are probably going to be on there.
Yeah, there we go. Conan with a powerbomb on Andy Douglas for the win.
Okay, so I don't like that. They freaking just jobbed out the Naturals there. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, I mean, that was not a good look for the Naturals.
Oh, that was tough.
Kevin Nash responds to Scott Hall's statements.
I could see the Naturals being like thrown in some random match though.
I hope so, man.
Like a filler match, you know.
Okay, so now we got a XXX America's Most Wanted video package. Let's see, what do I got for you during this? There's no update regarding the TSN deal. And this is a deal that we talked about that was preemptively talked about. The bad signs are that TSN doesn't have TNA listed on its November schedule. Bobby Roode was on the Off the Record show, and they plugged TNA runs on ESPN Classics Canada, but never hinted at anything on TSN. Dave says, "I don't buy for a second that the story for a second that the story that TSN iced the deal because it got out on the internet prior to the announcement. Every major TV deal by every company in wrestling over the past 15 years has gotten out long before the network made the official announcement, and not one was blown because of it." So this is that Canadian deal that Scott D'Amore talked about on like an interview as well. And they were like, oh my God, he wasn't supposed to talk about that. But we're seeing the Scott Hall video again.
Ew.
Hey, yo, Big Kev, you're good friends.
I mean, Scott doesn't look bloated, really. I mean,
it's a baggy shirt, so it's hard to tell. But his hair is super gray here, which I feel like is not a look you normally see him, especially at this point with.
They're really driving home the hey yo.
I know they're
trying to get a cease and desist or what?
See right there, I don't think he looks bad. He did the walk. He didn't look bad. Good look, Jeff, and he throws the toothpick at the screen and taunts. And we're supposed to get a response here. Oh, just kidding. We're back inside the impact zone. Oh,
There's a woman just chugging a beer behind him.
Like, you've known him for years, so. Oh, it shocks him. It doesn't even surprise him. It shocks him.
How does it shock him?
Let's hear from the other outsider, Kevin Nash. Let's see. Yeah, Scott, when we first broke in together in the WWF. Before the dress code. In this business, you make friends and you can make money.
Or you can make money.
Or you can make money. Never heard you say no to a drink or no to a last call. Now you're going to say no to our friendship? I don't wonder where your head's at. Haven't talked to you in a while. Victory Road, guess we're going to have to sort things out. He said, Jeff, no problem. I got your back.
And then he's laughing.
Jeff who? Which Jeff? Okay, I think that Kevin Nash one was awful. The Scott Hall video was way more interesting.
Yes.
This one, it was like Kevin Nash was falling asleep during it.
Kevin Nash was literally sitting on his couch, cutting a promo. Oh boy.
I didn't expect this on this show.
Is he going to do a tease for the Victory Road? Is he going to say at Victory Road we're going to feel a bang?
Oh, maybe.
Who knows? We'll see. We only have 10 minutes and 26 seconds left in the show, and Piper's taking a sweet time getting to the ring. We still have a main event.
Yeah, Piper in the ring. Oh, wait, he's not going to the ring.
No, I bet you somebody gave him like a micro. You're never going to make it there. We got to get this going.
Because they do these live to tape, or I think they're supposed to.
Yeah.
He's talked to the camera many times. He's been on the main event in the greatest pay-per-views in history. He's coming to see Victory Road. He's at the ring now. I was wrong.
It's on the apron.
Because I go. He's just here kind of hyping up Victory Road. They got all the components to make this a great show. 20-foot ladder. Big Nasty. Big Nasty, Big Sexy Kevin.
Yeah, I don't think he knew his nickname.
No. Big Nasty. He just called Scott Hall a whale. A big whale. That's kind of bad.
What is he talking about?
What is... We have a chance to vote.
Piper should try to run.
I mean, might as well.
You should be like, screw Russo and Rhodes. I'll do it.
Oh, that guy wants Vince Russo. Oh my God, he said Dustin. He goes, Dustin? You mean Dusty? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, like Gold does. Goldust dad. That's what I'm going for. Yeah, change the direction of wrestling.
And they're playing his music to cut him off.
I cut him off. But he's still going to talk.
You don't care. If you vote for Vince Russo, you're going to scratch with the chickens. Look, they're doing it louder.
Just cut his mic.
It's Piper and Piper's Pit. His mystery guest. Now, if I told you, it wouldn't be a mystery. Look, now it is off.
Did it?
Yeah, they cut his mic. Oh man.
Oh, no, it's still on.
That one before. Jesus Christ. Jeff Jarrett is carrying the ladder to the ring right now. He's very interested in the main event.
Petey and Hardy are going to get maybe less than 5 minutes.
Well, here, there's a video package. Let me give you
another ad here.
There are people internally, most notably Jimmy Hart, negative about the promotional campaigns, videos knocking WWE. The video work by David Sahadi is great, trying to push it as the first show as the dawn of a new era, and the old world is ending and a new beginning. Only problem is, the biggest stars to the public on the show are Hall and National Piper, none of whom are doing media to promote this. The fact they're unknown good workers doesn't mean much. Now, the other video, which is the one really talking about, revolves around the six-sided ring trying to act like competition is old and square, with the lines that they have Madison Avenue and spend millions in advertising, but we kick butt in the ring.
Right.
So apparently those aren't going over too well. And here comes Jarrett carrying the ladder through the tunnel out to the impact zone.
My world.
You can't even see him. My world. And my final note, Bob, I might as well give it to you as Jarrett takes his sweet time here. Bobby Roode of Team Canada did a big appearance on Off the Record. I mentioned that already. Look at that.
Bobby Roode was on Off the Record?
Yep. It was so big that not once did he mention TNA or the possible TSN deal. Actually, the latter is probably a good thing, which we just discussed. I didn't even realize this note was tied in hand there. He was part of the panel that discussed all sorts of things, including NHL lockout and football. So I didn't talk TNA at all.
Nice. Good marketing.
Yeah, good shit.
That should have always drive me nuts when Hulk Hogan would do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, brother, I'm doing some wrestling thing, brother. All right, anyway, back to my book.
Yeah. Okay. Look at Jarrett sitting on top of the ladder. God.
He's going to sit on top of the ladder the whole time?
I guess.
Dallas, I'm getting real nervous that Petey is about to do a job in less than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
2 weeks, or a week before the pay-per-view.
Yeah, he is. Here he comes out, dude. And here comes Jeff Hardy.
Oh.
Did you see that? All those sparks
landed right on top of him. Wow.
Well, Bob, I gotta say, I've been thinking I'm gonna see this moment. That is the first time I tuned in. Ew, why did you spit the? Oh my God, Jeff!
What was that?
Oh God! I was thinking I was gonna see this moment. That was the first time I saw Impact, and I still haven't seen it. I mean, it could be on next week's show, and it's not even anything significant. But
well, you said
I'll just say it.
You said you watched before Victory Road, that.
I did. Well, okay, here's the thing I'm thinking of. And it might happen on next week's show. And it's not a spoiler because it's just fucking... It's literally... I remember seeing Jeff Hardy walking out of the tunnel with a fucking ladder. Like, that's my first, like, vivid memory of Impact, which very well could happen on the next show.
Yeah, very well could. Yeah.
I just need that confirmation that what I saw was real.
Okay, we went to commercial, and then we came back, and then there's 6 minutes and 41 seconds left in the match. So they basically cut out 3 minutes of a match because the match had just started.
To be fair, that Piper segment, that Piper thing should not have happened on the show. I would say I wouldn't been as mad, I think, if it was on next week's show, like literally days before the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But, like, it didn't need to be on this one.
I agree with you. Okay, Jarrett's trying to say that he's also the master of the ladder match because he beat not just one, but 4 other guys, which is true.
Whisper in the wind.
Whisper in the wind. That should
knocks Petey down. Oh my god, dude. Spread eagle, top of the ladder. This is not the King of the Mountain, they're saying. This is completely different.
It's pretty funny that he's on top of the ladder. Backdrop by Hardy.
Jeff Jarrett just said he's the innovator of the specialty ladder match.
Double leg drop. To the groin of Petey. Misses a clothesline.
Scott D'Amore grabs the foot of Hardy. Pulls D'Amore up on the apron. He's like, what are you doing, brother? And rolls him up. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Petey Williams, Jeff Hardy.
He should win. Oh, flatliner.
What a great move by Hardy. He takes off the shirt. We know where this is going. Wait! Jarrett pushes Hardy off the top.
No way.
Dude.
There's no way.
He's setting it up. The Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, here's AJ.
Springboard.
Oh!
He actually hit it. Yeah, of course. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, at least it wasn't clean.
No, that was fun. That was a fun little finish. D'Amore's pissed. Fucking Petey.
That sounds like a potential tag match here. Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
Against Hardy and style.
Dude, best damn sports show period. Let's go. Got some specials coming up. You never know.
Yeah.
And there we go, man. We go off the air. There's a presentation of TNA wrestling. Wow, what'd you think of that show, Bob?
That was a good show.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I feel like the matches were so quick we barely even talked about what was happening, but
yeah, there wasn't really
you know what I mean?
Much time, yeah.
It was like, wow, okay, they're done. It was that match. I think it was good though. I'm still excited about Victory Road. One more Impact. I cannot believe we are finally at this point where we have one more show for Victory Road.
I know. We are very, very close. Who would have thought that we would make it this far?
Not me, man. But this is, listen, after we do Victory Road, I mean, we can pretty much wrap this up, I'd say. We got to a really great show.
We got where we needed to be.
And we can be done.
Just wrap it up.
Let's call it a day. Yeah, I like it. I guess I don't know really what we're going to do on next week's episode of Impact, which is, of course, the Go Home show, which is also airing just 2 days before Victory Road. I mean, it's so close that, like, what else do we got to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we know every match.
Do we?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked at the card, but we know we got the tag. So it's 3 Live Crew and Team Canada now. We know Monsters Ball. We have the last team standing. We got the ladder match. We got the X-Division title. We got the Gauntlet. It appears that Trinity there might be a women's match. And we know Piper's Pit. I can't even think of anything else they would be on this card. I mean, do you have...
I don't know. Do we know everything? We might.
I'm checking because we're wondering. Well, not quite.
Yeah.
We'll find out next week. Oh, we do know the minis match, which I don't even know if I want to try to butcher these names right now, to be quite honest with you.
I don't blame you.
I know it's Masquerada Singrada versus
Pyretia Morgan.
Yes. Wow, that was so much better than what I was about to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we pretty much know everything. We know all the big stuff. I guess, Bob, what would you say you're most excited for of what we have announced? What are you most excited about?
I'll give you two answers. Originally in 2004, I was most excited for Petey and AJ.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the main selling point for me. I was like, oh shit, man, this is gonna be great. The Destroyers are just fucking incredible. AJ is great. It could be a great match. I think with this full context of watching it week after week, right now, I'm probably most invested in Jarrett Hardy.
I think that's a fair answer.
Because, I mean, it's a ladder match. I'm a sucker for a ladder match.
Who isn't?
Just as I was in 2004. And, you know, the mystery with Hall and Nash, I think, has added to an extent.
I like to think so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the idea of the same old, hey, we're a heel group in a new company, and then I'm real nervous for if it were to end up being like that, how long before Monty Brown jobs out, AJ Styles jobs out, Jeff Hardy, America's Most Wanted, Ron Kill. I mean, all these guys are probably just going to get steamrolled, and for no reason.
Right. No, I think that makes sense. It's definitely a concern to have. I think I might agree with you. I think like Hardy and Jarrett, I'm definitely very excited about. I'm a sucker for Monsters Ball. I said it already. Like I am really excited about that. I'm excited to see the last team standing because those teams usually have really good matches. And I mean Styles and Williams, I think is going to be great. I mean, I don't know. It's just such a good card. Like I'm really excited overall. Yeah. I mean, top to bottom, what we know, it's a really solid card.
No, I agree. I mean, on paper, you're looking at potential really solid first 3-hour pay-per-view.
Right.
So there can't be much complaints going into there. Now it all just depends on how it's delivered.
Of course.
You know, it's easily been over, 15 years since I've even watched it. So
that's crazy.
It'll change from when I first originally watched it back in 2004 as a young teenager. Maybe my opinion on it will change, but and there's a lot of context that I didn't probably remember from Impact. So
there you go.
It'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. And we are just 1 week away. We have one more Impact, which I believe would be the 5th. Yes, November 5th.
Yes.
Is the last Impact before Victory Road. So
crazy. I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to it. A 3-hour pay-per-view should be fun to cover that. Well, probably 2 hours and 40 minutes or whatever. But
right.
You know how it is. Dallas, you got anything else for this week's episode?
I don't think I do, man. I think it pretty much covers it. I'm ready to get to next week. And I guess I'll just say it again. In case you didn't hear me say it before, check out our interview with Chris Harris if you have not already. It was really awesome. And I really want everyone to enjoy that as much as we enjoyed doing it. That's it. That's all I got. I just really want people to listen to that.
Yeah, it was a great time with Chris Harris. I feel like we asked some unique questions. Yes, we did ask him about his thoughts on Kid Cash absolutely trashing himself and other younger talent at TNA. And Chris had a response for that. Did it get back to him? You'll have to listen to the interview to find out if at the time it got back to him. Then a lot more, including his singles run. As Dallas had mentioned earlier, he had some interesting tidbits regarding the cage match that never happened with Jarrett, who was in the audience that maybe impacted how that went down. Just how soon did he know that he wasn't even going to be in the match? A lot of interesting news that we uncovered in that interview. And again, we appreciate Chris taking the near 2-hour time to do the interview because we had a bunch of questions for him. And he, you know, a lot of times wrestlers will go, I don't remember, but he had a pretty good memory.
Oh, yeah.
His thoughts and everything at that time.
Definitely.
So that was a great time, good conversation. But it's time to wrap up this week's episode of the podcast. Join us next week for the Go Home Show to Victory Road. Until then, for Dallas Gridley, I am Bob Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Cross the Line podcast.
Hail Sabin! Hail Sabin!